After predicting and getting Yexit right, India today has scooped exclusive details on who's most likely to be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. Sources have told India today that at this moment, the BJP is inclined towards picking a Lingayat MLA to be BSY's successor. And this could be someone who's been a close confidant of the former Chief Minister. The one name that's right at the top of the pecking list right now is Basavaraj Bommai, who's been the Home Minister of the state of Karnataka. Bommai's name could be declared shortly after the legislators' meet that is currently underway. Bommai's name was also recommended by Yedurappa. He's a prominent Lingayat face coming from the Sadara Lingayat sect. Sources say the choice was really between Arvind Bellad and Bommai. But because Yedurappa seems to be backing Bommai, he currently has the edge. Earlier, BJP central observers Dharmendra Pradhan, Arun Singh, G. Kishan Reddy arrived in Bengaluru. These are live images from that meeting, after which an official announcement is expected on who would be the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. These are live pictures coming at this moment from the Capitol Hill Hotel in Bengaluru, where Arun Singh, who's the party in charge of Karnataka, central observers Dharmendra Pradhan and G. Kishan Reddy, who's the Minister of State for Home Affairs at the centre, are currently in the hotel talking to BJP legislators, trying to find out who they would want as the next Chief Minister. Joining us at this moment is Nolan Pinto. He's reporting from BSY's residence. We've got Nabila Jamal live from the Capitol Hotel in Bengaluru, which is where this crucial meeting is taking place. We've got Pramod Madhav. He's also tracking this meeting, and Nagarjun Dwarkanath is our bureau chief in Karnataka. I want to go first to Nagarjun. Nagarjun, what's the sense that you're picking up? Is Bommai now a shoe-in to be the next Chief Minister? Could there still be a last-minute twist in the tail, Naga?
Well, that's true. What we are picking up, Rahul, right now is Bommai is inching closer toward the top post of Karnataka. The only hurdle that he might face, if at all there is a hurdle, is the blessings of the former Chief Minister, the caretaker Chief Minister, that is Mr. Yedurappa. If at all Yedurappa has a problem with Mr. Bommai being the next top boss of Karnataka, it will not happen. So the next half an hour is very crucial. Right now, Dharmendra Pradhan and Kishan Reddy are on their way to meet the Chief Minister of caretaker Chief Minister, and then they will discuss the crucial name with Yedurappa. And if at all he has a problem, they have a plan B too. So they have come with two names, is what we are told to Bengaluru. From Delhi, they have come with two names. Whoever Yedurappa blesses, and that person will be the Chief Minister, because they don't want to irritate or annoy Yedurappa. They need a complete smooth transition from Yedurappa to the next Chief Minister. We have seen what has happened in 2012, 13 and 11 when Yedurappa broke away from BJP, and that costed them the election. This time around, they have been very careful. They have come down with two names, and whatever Yedurappa picks also, that will be the last name, is what we are told, and which one is Mr. Bommai. If at all Bommai doesn't become Chief Minister today, it's going to be the reason that the caretaker Chief Minister is not okay with Mr. Bommai.
Jamal, do we have a sense yet of who's most likely to be the first choice for B.S. Yedurappa? Of all the candidates who are in the reckoning, who is BSY most likely to choose and why?
Right, Rahul, more likely so that Arvind Bellad stands a very strong chance here, and I say so because he is an RSS man. The RSS has strongly backed him. That apart, the BJP has been known to induct those who are professionals, highly educated. At least that's what we've seen in the recent cabinet expansion, union cabinet expansion. We see a similar trend here, at least as per sources we hear. Arvind Bellad, who's an engineer, he's done his PhD in management. He's a very well-educated, highly educated professional. His father was a politician himself, Chandrakant Bellad. He's a two-time MLA, never been a minister, but somehow has the kind of backing from the RSS. He's a fresh, young face, and most likely his appointment might not irk the rest of them within the BJP state unit here. If at all, Basavaraj Bommai is nominated here as the Chief Minister, it might irk several leaders who are senior leaders and are gunning for the same position. So most definitely Basavaraj Bommai in the running as well, but Arvind Bellad here, it appears, stands a very strong chance. He is not Yedurappa's man. Nonetheless, Yedurappa has not really actively pushed for Arvind Bellad. Arvind Bellad is also a choice of B.L. Santosh. Bomma is a choice of B.S. Yediyurappa. We hear that Yediyurappa is not actively pushing for anyone, but he ultimately will give his blessings. But who is he going to give that to? That remains to be seen. Another reason why I say Arvind Bellad is the BJP High Command has been quite certain, or at least has looked very sure that they do not want Yediyurappa's hold to continue in the state of Karnataka. They want to give a young, new blood a chance to pick up the BJP and walk it to victory for 2023,
Well,
eventually for 24.
The flip side of that argument is if Yediyurappa doesn't like the man who's made chief minister, he's shown way back in 2010 the kind of damage that he can do to the BJP when he set up his own party, the KJP, and that cost the BJP the next assembly election. So Bellad versus Bommai, it'll be interesting to see who finally does win this battle. Remember, Basavaraj Bommai is the son of the former chief minister of Karnataka, in whose name the Bommai judgment is written, because S.R. Bommai, Somappa Rayappa Bommai, was the 11th chief minister of Karnataka, and he was chief minister between the 10th of August 1988 to the 21st of April 1989, and he was unceremoniously dismissed by the central government. He challenged that in the Supreme Court, and it is in his name that the famous Bommai judgment is written, which makes it that much tougher for central governments to summarily dismiss state governments. So it'll be interesting to see whether that piece of history comes into play when the BJP announces its choice for the next chief minister. Nolan Pinto, give us a sense of what's been happening at this meeting of legislators at the Capital Hotel in Bengaluru, and do you have a sense of, forget what Yediyurappa wants, forget what the BJP High Command wants, for the moment tell me, what do the MLAs of the BJP in Karnataka want? Who's their choice?
Well, Rahul, now I'm standing outside CM's residence, that is in Kaveri, where the important meeting is going on before the all-important legislative party meeting. So Kishan Reddy, Dharmendra Pradhan, C.T. Ravi entered the residence of Yediyurappa. Now, like Nagarjun was stating, they will actually be trying to discuss those two names, try to figure out who is okay, whom B.S. Yediyurappa is all right with. But when you're talking about the sense amongst the MLAs over here, we must understand that Yediyurappa actually has the respect and command of a large number of MLAs in the party. We have seen how Renukacharya had actually tried to get that letter that was sent to the he wanted to send to the centre, showing the support of almost 60 MLAs who are for Yediyurappa. So one can understand that whatever decision is taken, they will want the BJP High Command will want a decision to be taken which is all right with Yediyurappa, which translates, which will be all right to the other MLAs as well. So in this tussle, I won't say a tussle, between Arvind Bellad and Basavaraj Bommai, B.S. Yediyurappa's decision will be very important, because he will, when he takes a decision, Rahul, he'll want to make sure that his son's future is kept safe. Basavaraj Bommai or Bellad, both being, as of now, Basavaraj Bommai is a Lingayat, Yediyurappa will not want any other senior leader to overtake in future his son. So these are the decisions or factors which will be kept in mind when Yediyurappa takes a decision, and this is what's going to happen.
Okay, I want to show our viewers this interview that Nagarjun did with Basavaraj Bommai, who at this moment seems to be the front runner. At least he's the person that the maximum number of people in Karnataka are rooting for, unless of course there is a twist in the tail in what emerges from the legislators meeting. But here's a very confident looking Bommai talking to India Today's Nagarjun Dwarkanath.
Sir, your name is almost certain that what we are picking from our sources is that you'll be the next CM. How do you see your chances? And now the LPA has been called at 7 p.m.
See, our party high command, our party central leadership, as well as system in our party has got different levels of consultation. There have been consultation since yesterday in a serious manner, and already senior party leaders at the Delhi have been taking the stock of the situation, and now there is a legislature party today. The legislature party will formulate its view, and that's also equally important. And once legislatures give their opinion, and that will be discussed in the parliamentary board, and ultimately parliamentary board will take a call. Till such time, these are all speculations.
So it won't come out tonight, you feel?
I don't know, because it all depends on the party leadership, how they take it up. 7 o'clock is the legislature party, and it may go on for some time. After that, they will take a call.
Whenever we have spoken to MLAs and we have put your name forward and asked them, they are okay with it. They say, yes, our support is for Mr. Bommai.
No, that is a general goodwill which has been generated working together. That's not very important. But ultimately, what party and party high command and central leadership takes a view, that's also equally important.
So what are your challenges if you become chief minister? What are your next challenges for Karnataka?
It is too early to predict, but however, whoever becomes chief minister, the challenge is the state is just reeling out of COVID, and we have to take forward the development of Karnataka, our budgeted works, our finances are in strain, so we have to improve our finances and set our priority right and reach the poorest of poor who have been suffered in floods and other issues and give them the right kind of relief and rescues, as well as we have to see that our programs which are announced in budget has to be implemented at the ground level.
So last thing, India Today has been saying in the last 2 weeks that you are the top front runner, and today it's almost certain.
See, once the CM post is vacant, then naturally speculations are there. And India Today is a very old, credible news magazine. It has been predicting a lot of things in all India level basis for the country, and they might have predicted. But however, let us see whether the prediction is true or false. It all depends on our legislature meeting.
Good luck, sir. Thank you so much.
Nagarjun there trying to pump up Mr. Bommai. He though is very calm, relaxed, waiting for the legislators to announce their decision, which will be communicated to the central leaders who've been sent from Delhi. Joining us on this broadcast at this time, representing the ruling BJP in Karnataka, its spokesperson Vivek Reddy squaring off against him. We have Aishwarya Mahadev of the Congress. T.S. Sudhir joins us, as does Sandeep Shastri, who's with Lokniti and the Vice Chancellor of the Jagran Lake City University. I want to go across to Sudhir first. Sudhir, what's your sense at this moment on who's most likely to be the next Chief Minister? Why? Would Yedurappa want a Lingayat to succeed him? Would he not want a Lingayat to succeed him, because then the Lingayat leadership is in some senses handed over from Yedurappa to whoever takes over? What do you think is going on in Yedurappa's mind, and how important will the say be that Yedurappa has in picking his successor?
Well, with the number of people who seem to be in the race, Karnataka seems to be having its own version of the Olympics in Bengaluru. But having said that, the number of times Basavaraj Bommai's name is being spoken about as having Yedurappa's support actually leads me to believe that there could be wheels within wheels, because it's not just the chief minister that we would be talking about. I think we'll be talking about an entire package, and that would include who will be deputy chief minister, because we've already seen the formula of 3 deputy chief ministers who were appointed under Mr. Yedurappa in 2019. So that's the formula in order to appeal to many more sections that the BJP leadership would really be looking at. Yes, I agree with one of the points that Nolan Pinto was mentioning, that whether Mr. Yedurappa would really want someone else to actually upstage him as a tall Lingayat leader in the run-up to the 2023 elections, because he would really want to be seen as the tallest Lingayat leader, not just within the BJP, but within a pan-Karnataka canvas itself. Also, if you are really looking at Mr. Yedurappa's support to the new chief minister, you're also talking about status quo position to a large extent. The BJP, in my view, at this point in time, would like to break away and look at a post-Yedurappa kind of a period as far as Karnataka is concerned, and therein build on that as far as 2023 and 24 is concerned. So they wouldn't really bother too much about Yedurappa. Yes, they wouldn't want him to kind of walk out in a huff and the way he did ahead of the 2013 elections. They would want him to bless the new chief minister and deputy chief minister, whoever they are. But at this point in time, I think their eyes would be on making a clean break and looking ahead to 2023.
I want to see what Vivek Reddy has to say, because on the one side, you've got Yedurappa as a factor. You don't want to antagonize him. When you did it the last time round, he sank your party's chances. And then the BJP lost power to the Congress. On the other hand, you do want to break away from the grip of Yedurappa so that you can set up a BJP that's more closely in sync with the central leadership. So how are you seeing, Vivek, the power dynamics that are playing themselves out at this moment, and using the insights you have as being an insider, who do you think is likely to come out on top?
Well, Rahul, I think the central BJP is keenly looking at the upcoming leaders, the next gen leaders after Yadurappa. And in choosing a chief minister, I think the competence of this leader, whoever is to be chosen by the legislative party, whether it is Bommai or C.T. Ravi or Bellad or anybody in the fray, I think they're keenly looking at competence and the way these people can really emerge in connecting the BJP to the people of Karnataka. I think this is a major issue, competence, because that is what will help us really gain ground and gain momentum to lead in the next elections in 2023. Since the elections are around the corner, it's about 2 years away. This is something that is the primary factor. And apart from this, the sort of caste-based politics that is in Karnataka and what they are looking is trying to see out of the emerging caste dynamics, I think combining both of them, we will see a very good leader that is being put forth by the center and who will also work under the advice of Yadurappa and also will have the independence to really emerge as a strong leader. I think this is
You're carving out a utopian world, which from the BJP's perspective is what you'd hope for. But the fact is, Sandeep Shastri, that politics is messy. If you pick someone who's too close to Yadurappa, there's the fear that he will stay under the former chief minister's shadow and you'll not be able to set up a BJP of the kind that the central leadership would like to. And if you break away too far, you run the risk that Yadurappa could rebel and create trouble. How do you think the BJP would like to handle this delicate balance at this moment? You're on mute.
Rahul, it's all speculation now on the names. Given the style which the BJP central leadership has adopted, I will not be surprised if there is an element of surprise in the end. Because that's how it's always
Those are live pictures of Mr. Yadurappa reaching the Capital Hotel in Bengaluru. He's waving out to those who've gathered over there. He's got the "We" sign up. He's putting up a brave front, even though he's no longer chief minister. He's walking in with purpose to this meeting where they're likely to deliberate and discuss who's going to be the next chief minister of the BJP government in Karnataka. Sandeep Shastri, go on, please.
As I was saying, I will not be surprised if there is an element of surprise. Names were always floated. Names have always been floated, but there is always the surprise element, and I'm going to wait for that surprise element. Coming back to the main point, I would be very surprised if Mr. Yadurappa would want a fellow Lingayat to be made the next chief minister, because in a sense, in the bargaining, then he is leaving out the possibility of his son being given a prominent position, because then two prominent Lingayat leaders cannot be in key positions in the cabinet. I would believe that the choice of the next chief minister is somebody who the central leadership would very clearly want, and somebody who Mr. Yadurappa would not have objection to. So I would not believe that it's the first choice of Mr. Yadurappa. It will be the first choice of the high command of the party, to whom Mr. Yadurappa has no objection to. And I will be very surprised if that choice is going to be a fellow Lingayat candidate.
Okay, you're assuming that it's more likely that there'll be a non-Lingayat candidate. Those are images of Mr. Yadurappa just a few moments before now reaching the Capital Hotel where this meeting is taking place. Aishwarya Mahadev, you're sitting on the sidelines of this big drama that's playing itself out. Mr. Yadurappa formed his government by breaking away legislators from the JDS and the Congress. And if there is now going to be a handover and a transition from the Yadurappa era to a new era in the BJP, it's the Congress that's been the primary loser in this battle, as your government was snatched away because your MLAs deserted you.
You know, first and foremost, Rahul, the fact that our government was toppled and a legitimate government was established, and the fact also speaks that Mr. Yadurappa, after all that effort with the 17 MLAs he snatched away, the 14 that he won, could not hold on to his throne. It shows you how the BJP has treated him, and honestly, karma seems to be quite fitting in this moment. But more importantly, you know, when Mr. Vivek Reddy talks about this test of competence for the next leadership, I think tests of competence are wonderful. There's facts of absolutely being capable to lead are also wonderful. But at a time when we're in a pandemic, we have floods in my state. You have not only taken away a chief minister, you have also dissolved a cabinet of the entire cabinet, and there are no ministers currently. Administration is in a flux, and right now the BJP doesn't seem to care about floods, or even if people are dying on the streets, they seem to be caring about the leadership tussle, and that is absolutely unfortunate. The Congress party has very clearly said, you replace one corrupt man, you're going to put another corrupt man, because the BJP seems to have every third person embroiled in some corruption scandal or the other. So good luck to them. But the people of Karnataka are watching in disgust at your display or your hunger for power, as opposed to you ruling, and your administration seems to be dead currently. And that is something that they're obviously going to give you a befitting reply to in 2023.
Now that will, Vivek Reddy, be a big challenge, because you've got a government that's been comatose, where because of the dysfunctional relationship between Yediyurappa and the central leadership, he wasn't able to do what he wanted to do. How difficult would it be for the new chief minister to hit the ground running?
Well, I think, Rahul, with all due respects to Aishwarya Mahadev, it's wrong to malign everybody as corrupt. I think we are not a reflection of the Congress. But the issue is that when you have a competent leadership, that is what the center is looking at. It is looking at a leader who can emerge and who can connect to the masses. When you have such a leader, I think that will be a test against the Congress. Moreover, I don't think, Rahul, that, there is a flux or there is a gap or there is a vacuum. I don't think there is any such thing. It is just one day since it is just a transition between an older generation to a younger generation. That should happen within politics. And when politics stagnates, like the leadership of the Congress, I think you must be able to activate it and, make it more dynamic.
So after the exit now, some big changes are also likely in the Karnataka cabinet. The BJP would try to rebrand itself as a party for all castes, like they tried to do with the central cabinet reshuffle, instead of focusing on the Lingayats alone. Sources tell India Today that the BJP could elevate one of the scheduled tribe MLAs as a possible deputy CM.
The BJP has pressed the reset button in Karnataka. And post-exit, there are some big changes that are expected in the state cabinet. Sources have told India Today that a few senior ministers may be dropped, as the party high command wants to give fresh faces a chance. 2 out of the 3 deputy chief ministers are also likely to be replaced, and a scheduled tribe MLA may be made a deputy chief minister. It is clear that BSY's exit was not just to groom a new leadership in the state. But now, the BJP wants to rebrand itself as a party for all castes and not just the Lingayats and some backward class groups. Over the last 2 years, there has been criticism of the kitchen cabinet consisting of BSY's 2 sons ruling the roost in Karnataka. So change in the cabinet is inevitable. But there is a big suspense over the fate of Congress JDS defectors who had jumped ship and followed Yediyurappa into the BJP in 2019.
ಅದು ಇನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಯಾರನ್ನ ಕೈ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರನ್ನ ಉಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗಿದು ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾದಂಥ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳಿಲ್ಲ. ವರಿಷ್ಠರು ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ತೀರ್ಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
The opposition Congress, though, is questioning the timing of the change of guard.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಾರ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 10 ದಿನ 15 ದಿನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತೆಗಿಬೋದಾಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನಿಗೆ ಏನು ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗೋಯ್ತು. ಕೇರ್ ಟೇಕರ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಮುಂದುವರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಬೇರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಮಂಡಲ ಇಲ್ಲ. There is no council of ministers.
B.S. Yediyurappa has stepped down, but the big challenge will be to find a team that will replace him. The BJP is aiming for a generational change in leadership in this particular state, and a few fresh and young faces will also be given a chance. So who will be in and who will be out, we will know in a couple of days' time.
Will there be a complete overhaul in Karnataka, or will the BJP strike a balance with the caste equations? With Nagarjun Dwarkanath and Nolan Pinto in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.